Well, I wasn't trying to joke, you know. I was just saying that purple did remind me of the Joker.
It's a good purple though, so
Oh yeah, it is.
it's great.
Like the evil eggplants on Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh man, this is why I love you. That show, I still can't believe Javon does not like that show. Okay, that's
Can you repeat that?
yes. Javon McNabb does not like that show. You don't remember him talking about that in high school?
No.
Yeah, he said that's the only Cartoon Network show he didn't like. I was like, really? I thought it would be like Cow and Chicken or something.
I like cow and chicken. I can even hear the music in my head right now.
Yo, Cartoon Network in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Awesome.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Thank you guys for joining us for yet another episode of Sports from All Angles. We took last week off because a lot of stuff was going on, and we took a week off. Just so you guys know, as we did address in our previous video, which might actually release after this, we're going about how we're releasing videos differently. It's an insider, but so for the next three and a half months until we hit our 1 year anniversary, we're gonna go about the only show that we're gonna release every week is Ross, and every other show is going to depend on schedules. But we hope to do sports as much and as often as possible. But here we go. So you guys know, if you don't see the video, we're going to go for a more, talk show approach. So we're just going to talk about the leagues and stuff like that, because we noticed that as we were giving you guys these stats over the past couple weeks, we haven't realized that some of these teams in both the NFL and the NBA are sneaking up on us in terms of the records and what they're doing. So
Definitely.
So you want to talk about the NBA first, bro?
Yeah, we could talk about the NBA first.
Okay.
I definitely want to start with,
what's been the biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise?
Because for me, it's to put in a sum, I would say the biggest surprise is just the Eastern Conference together. You know, as a whole, I was not expecting
The Bucks and the Pacers to be up there.
Detroit
Raptors over the Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
Pistons are actually doing pretty swell. But
wow. The Raptors are 17-7.
Yeah, I was really, not really shocked by it, but the Warriors are right under the Rockets.
Well, the thing about the Warriors, they had that stretch where they were losing games they couldn't keep like those 20-point leads, so that's why their record is a little out there. But yo, give it up to the Rockets. They're 20-4 as of this recording, and James, I remember I was saying how Kyrie was the MVP, and if the Celtics keep doing what they're doing, I believe he will be. But for 3 straight years now, James Harden is going to be in the top 2 for MVP candidates, you know? Because he is consistently putting up these triple-doubles or these ridiculous games. So what do you want to say about that, bro?
As far as James Harden, I mean, he's really like a Houdini out there. He knows what to do when it comes to offense. He knows how to make points out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have seen him flop from time to time, but hey, that's part of the game, and he does it in the way it works for him.
Yeah, and I want to point out, too, I've been watching previous games, like highlights and stuff. He's not the best defender, but when it comes to one-on-one, he is underrated. Where he normally messes up with is on the help defense. So when somebody else is driving and you see those highlights where he's just standing there. This year, he's improved on that. So if he would get the MVP, I would understand, because offensively, he's better than ever. And then defensively, he is showing those minor improvements. But we could also say Kyrie, bro, it's like there's a stat that we just found out that last year the Boston Celtics had one of the best defenses in the league. They only held their opponents to below 90 points 6 times. This year, they've already done it 7.
Yeah. I peeped that too.
So,
yeah, that's really impressive. As far as oh, I just did it.
It's good, bro. I'll let you get some of your thoughts. The for the East, let's start with the East. The Celtics are 23-5, followed by the Raptors, Cavaliers, Bucks are 15-10. How do you feel about Giannis Antetokounmpo? How that's it. I got it right?
I'll just stick with the Giannis.
Oh, go with the Greek Freak.
Okay, I'll go with the Greek Freak.
Yeah.
I think the Greek Freak is incredible. He damn it.
If you guys if you guys don't know, Michael is trying to be as professional as possible, and over the past couple weeks, he's been trying to get it into his mind not to say or and be more fluid. But it's okay, bro. You just don't think so much. Just go with the flow. You know.
You're definitely right. I'm gonna just read off of this paper right here in front of me. Before 23, Giannis has gotten over 2,000 rebounds. That is impressive. He's also up there with LeBron with over 5,000 points and T-Mac with 1,000 assists.
So altogether, he's only one of 3 players with those stats.
Yeah, and as you can see on both sides of them are 2 incredible players that have contributed to NBA history.
I believe T-Mac just got into the Hall of Fame, right? Or like he's believed to be going to the Hall of Fame.
Don't quote me.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure about that. Yes, I'm pretty sure he was accepted into the Hall of Fame, and then LeBron James obviously is guaranteed first ballot. But another stat to go with that, he became just the second player ever to, before 23 or by age 23, reach 1,000 assists while shooting over 50% from the field. The other person, Magic Johnson. So, and just seriously, just watch him for 1 quarter, and the ease of his play is just astonishing. So, it's, as I say, he's a 7-footer basically that has the physique of LeBron, and it's just, man,
practically born to play.
Yeah.
I mean, some people get a gift, some just have to work for it. He obviously does both.
Yo, how about the 76ers?
The 76ers? Oh, Simmons. Simmons is an animal.
It feels like he's posting double-doubles every game or a triple-double every once in a while, you know? And I think you have a stat for that.
Yeah,
so.
Recently they said he's the 3rd fastest to reach 3 triple-doubles in NBA history. And only in his 23rd game. That is really impressive.
Do you know who's above him? Because obviously the first one is the Big O, Oscar.
Yeah.
And then I believe the second person is either Magic Johnson or Jason Kidd. It's one of the 2.
I believe it was Magic Johnson.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. And that's just talking about these freak athletes, bro. I didn't realize Ben Simmons is supposedly 6'10".
Really? He doesn't.
Yes.
He doesn't look 6'10" to me.
Well, even if he's like 6'9" and they bumped it up an inch, you know?
Yeah.
It's just when people said he was the young LeBron, I can see the comparisons now, you know? He might not be so gifted offensively, but when you're still averaging 15, 17 points, what's that face, bro?
Westbrook, 8th triple-double, 87 total, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 14 assists.
Yes. I believe that was for us the night before. So Westbrook, okay.
This is another reason why I'm just so grateful to be a fan.
And what was the biggest thing when these 2 superstars signed? Either he would ball hog or he wouldn't be getting his numbers still. And he's not ball hogging and he's still getting his numbers.
He's playing a balanced game.
It's just
a more balanced game.
Yeah. And it's they still need to find the let's transition to that. How you feel about the Thunder? Because if I'm correct, they currently have a losing record. They're 12-13 as of this recording.
Yeah, and the Jazz are over them.
I believe the Jazz just beat them at some point in the past week too. So,
well, I had read a stat. It said KD had got a triple-double, 35 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists with Steph out of the game.
Okay, I know you don't like him, Mike, but ever since he got to the Warriors, defensively, he's taken his game to a whole nother level in terms of steals and blocks. If you just look at the stats, I don't know what they are specifically, but it's ridiculous.
The way I feel about it, if you know that you have teammates that can really jump on something if it gets past you, I wouldn't worry much, and I'd be able to play an easier game.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just to pile up on the KD love, his most recent game, he had 36, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. He became the first Warrior in history to record 35 plus, 10 plus, 5 plus, and 5 plus. So, 5 blocks, man. That he's long as hell, we know, but it's just I'm not used to him being a defender. Okay, so that silence says it all.
Yeah, that was all for you, KD.
Okay, well, can you show some love to the Warriors, bro? They went 6-0 on the road trip. They're finally getting their mojo back. I think 3 of those games were without Steph.
Okay. I think I could bake them a couple cookies.
Why? Because they should be doing this?
Probably swing by and get them a balloon or something. Because, yeah, they should be doing this.
Okay.
I had something else to say.
Okay.
The Cavs got their 13th win. Baby Bron got 32 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks.
Yeah, we're recapping. They lost the game after that to the Pacers, we believe. But then they just won last night or today. Was it today?
I think it was today.
Okay, so today. So they're 14-1 in their past 15. They're finally getting their crap together. If they keep this up, which is supposed to happen, they're going to get their 60 wins. But as me and Mike, the big reason why we never hold him on the same pedestal as Michael, because Michael never underachieved during the regular season, And people always use, he's saving his energy for the postseason. Michael didn't do that. Why was Michael able to consistently get 55-plus wins out of his teams, So
Michael wasn't a sissy. Michael doesn't cry. Michael bears down and plays real man ball.
And another thing, when Michael is in a mood, right? It doesn't matter if you're 6 foot or you're 7 feet. He's going to get in your face. Unlike LeBron James, when he's in a mood, the only person he's going to step to is somebody 5 inches shorter than him. So, and yes, I'm talking about that Knicks player from overseas. He thought he was big and tough, and the dude's like 4 inches shorter than him. Oh, that's bravery, bro. That's bravery. So if you're a LeBron James fan, I respect him. We just don't like him. So there's that. And we are also coming from the point of view, we respect the season he's having because I think this is the first time in his career he's currently averaging basically 38-8, which is impressive. But the whole argument is he should be doing this every year,
Yes, he should.
Yeah, so.
Who could honestly check him? No. Honestly, who could check him?
The only person now is Giannis. And when Ben Simmons matures, then Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons plays the same position and all that good stuff, So, what, 2 players? And people could say Kawhi, when Kawhi's healthy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but what is that? 3 players in the entire NBA,
And not to mention, it, depending on the game intensity and whatnot, if he wants to do what he wants to do, he can. That I hate to admit that, but I mean that is a reality.
No, he can. And the thing is too, he can still post nearly triple doubles in just 32 minutes if he wanted to. Westbrook showed you could do that last season. Westbrook was averaged a triple double playing just 35 minutes, which is nothing compared to like some stars like Allen Iverson and Monte in his prime. They would consistently average 40-plus minutes,
See, now, when you were talking about Warriors history, I was thinking about Monte Ellis. I honestly wanted to say Monte Ellis is more interesting to me right now than KD. And Monte Ellis, that past is already set in stone.
Yeah, well, I think the argument with that is Monte, that was when the Warriors weren't stacked, It was basically him and who else? Baron Davis? That I can think of? Yeah. That was also
Richard Jefferson, wasn't?
I don't know. can't make a statement on that.
I mean Jason Richardson. That's what I meant to say.
Yes. Okay.
And Steph was too, but he was quiet back then.
I think, and
that's when I used to love the Warriors.
So you don't like them because of the bandwagon train, then, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing too. I always loved Steph Curry because of Davidson when he was averaging nearly 30 points at Davidson. So that's why I was a big fan of him, and I always loved how he got his points from the outside. And he basically started this revolution, even though people would say D'Antoni. But it just, but it's like everything, bro. You have to.
There's pros and cons to that revolution that started, but I like Giannis because he's against that revolution. He is a paint monster.
And, bro, there's so many clips of it. Just look up any Giannis clip. He can legit take 2 steps, and he's from the 3-point line to dunking.
Also, DeMarcus Cousins. He has been dominating. Bro, oh my goodness.
This is why I wish he was traded to the Lakers, bro. Doesn't he just look like your typical Lakers big man?
He does.
He has the attitude like one too, bro.
I wouldn't like that, honestly.
Well, yeah, I know, but just on some real, could you imagine him with Ingram and Lonzo Ball? You have Ingram for the outside scoring like a Durant. You have Ball like the Steve Nash.
Ingram he got that wet shot, man.
He might get most improved player this year if he keeps this up and like improves on other areas. Cause
I was watching them work. But DeMarcus Cousins, he dropped 40 points and 22 rebounds, which is his second 40-point, 22-rebound game this season. The only player in the league that's done that.
Yeah,
so far.
And no other player I don't think any other player has done it even once, if I'm correct.
No.
Yeah.
Not even once.
Yeah, so and there's I don't know, I think I might be wrong about this. I don't know if I brought this up because it might have been last week when we didn't record. He became like one of 5 players to post. Okay, I'm gonna mess it up, so forget it. But it was something crazy. Like he became one of the first players since Shaquille O'Neal where he had like 400 points and 200 rebounds in the first 16 games or something like that.
And that's how it's supposed to be. That's real ball. When Shaq was out there, that was real ball. Big men dropping 61. 61.
But bro, what makes him good? He has an outside shot. When he goes to the line, he's actually 70% from the line, you know? So you could keep him in late. Like, don't get me wrong, Shaq, from a physical standpoint, I believe is the most gifted center of all time.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. It just, the one big flaw was his free throw shooting. That sometimes you would have to take him out late in games if it was a tight game because of the hack-a-shack stuff. But Cousins, you can't do that. And if you leave him open for the 18, he's the best way to describe Cousins, he's a Tim Duncan shooter-esque, but he has the physique of a true big man. Because Tim Duncan was technically a power forward, and there's a reason why, because of his size, like muscle build, even though he was low-key stronger than he looked. But Cousins, nobody's backing Cousins down, you know?
I know you've seen Cousins hit him with the shake and bake and then just spin to the cup. It was
his footwork.
Yeah.
Cousins' footwork and dribbling he's an underrated passer. It's just
he's really versatile. He's a surprise, man.
Yeah.
We like surprises in the NBA because you never know what you're going to get.
Yo, and I just want to point this out. John Calipari from Kentucky, he just keeps putting out those draft picks. He did it with Derrick Rose and Tyreek Evans at Memphis, and ever since Kentucky, you have the John Walls, you have Cousins and Anthony Davis from New Orleans. You have who's the new big man? Towns for Timberwolves. Like he's just, if you want a number 1 draft pick, he's the man to go to. So. Before we move on, I just wanted to post that LeBron just recently posted a triple-double. It was like 30, 13, 13, something like that. Michael doesn't care, but I just want to let you guys know, since we were showing love to Westbrook, that's his 58th triple-double, just to let you guys know about that. And I just want to... Lonzo Ball tied Kobe Bryant in something. He put up his...
Is that why you wearing that shirt?
No. That's, Laker pride, right? Okay.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I was just going to say he put up 3 steals and 4 blocks a couple games ago. Kobe Bryant only did that once in his career. So, to all the haters, got you. Yes, I know that's a very subjective stat right there. But hey, every stat counts, right?
We should get that boy a free t-shirt.
Yo, you know what Kobe said?
Maybe a flag on a stick.
I hate you right now. But you know what Kobe said?
What?
Kobe came out and said, yo, this isn't the quote unquote, you can look up the quote unquote, but he basically said that I want him to be thriving, to be the best right now, because this taking time and growing stuff does not cut it. I was like, yo, speak, Black Mamba. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're going to move on. You want to say anything else about the NBA right now, Michael? Because, okay, like right now, if we had to pick the playoffs, right? Who would you pick in terms of the top 8 from each conference?
For the playoffs?
Yeah. Damn, the Lakers are in 10th now. I just want to point this out. The Lakers have a better record than the Clippers. We haven't been able to say that for 5 years now.
I mean, I could have faith in the Rockets, but I mean, they are gonna go.
Well, we're not picking positions. Just pick like the teams, because I agree with you. Rockets guaranteed in. Warriors, obviously.
Yeah.
What do you think about Spurs?
I will put the Spurs up too.
Now the next 5 are the big question. Timberwolves are 4th. Wow. But that shouldn't be surprising with their big 3. And yes, they do have a big 3. And they have Teague at point guard.
It may seem pathetic, but I have 2 favorite teams, and that is one of them. The Wizards and the Timberwolves.
Yeah, bro, the Wizards are fucking... What's going on?
Okay, how about that NFL, man? Wow, it's a lot of stuff going. I mean...
Yo, they're 14 and 12. Which is so ironic because they were talking like 3 weeks ago about they could beat the Cavs, and that's the game the Cavs bust their butts. So, yes.
Yeah, let's read off that Lakers stance.
Okay, so just so you guys know, right now, the top 3 teams from each conference, I think, is going to be Celtics, Raptors, Cavs, and then Rockets, Warriors, Spurs. And then after that, just because so many of these teams are surprises, we're going to have to wait a little longer to determine. But, I got to shout out Timberwolves and the Bucks. Both 4th place, and, coming together.
I'm not a Celtics fan. I very much appreciate their game and what they're bringing to the table. I hope they go all the way to the ship.
Yes, bro.
And I would love to see Kyrie get a ring. He deserves it.
Another ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you meant. Okay, so guys, we're going to move on to the NFL, which this week was... The reason why we want to start doing this is because, man, I did not realize Jacksonville is 9-4 and Carolina is 9-4.
Wow.
Yeah, it was sneaking. I knew they were doing good, but
Carolina, I like to see Cam running that in, man.
Yo, that highlight of that 60+ yard run was beautiful. He got a little cocky because I think he thought he had a touchdown and he somewhat slowed up, but yeah, bro, Cam.
I thought he was getting tired, but yeah, more than likely he was slowing up.
Let's go with the first one, because if you're getting tired, that's a worse excuse,
Yeah, that's why I said
Yeah, so we don't... before we go into anything, I just want to shout out some love to college football. Baker Mayfield won the Heisman, and he became the 6th Sooner to do this. So I think that's either top 2 schools. I think it's top with Notre Dame, or that's number 1 now for most Heismans for...
Joey Montana came from Notre Dame.
Yo, Notre Dame in the 40s, 50s, and 60s just would not let up. But just to show you some reasons why he won, his team is 12-1, I believe. He completed 71% of his passes, over 50% on 20-plus yard passes down the field, which is obviously number one.
Right.
He had 11.8 yards per attempt, obviously number one. And in fact, he's been number one in both of those categories the past 2 years. And for so first in completion percentage, first in yards per attempt, and he was second in passing touchdowns and second in QBR with 41 passing touchdowns and a 91 QBR. Second in the entire nation for both of those.
Wow. Oh shit.
Yeah, so many people are comparing him to a Steve Young, Drew Brees. Like he has the accuracy of a Drew Brees, yet the mobility of a Steve Young.
Steve Young, oh man, 49er.
Yeah. And the thing that's even more impressive, bro, he was technically a walk-on at Oklahoma.
Really?
Yes. He became the first Heisman Trophy winner in history to be a walk-on winner. So that means you go on campus or you go to school and you don't go to the school, you didn't get a football scholarship, and you walk onto the field for tryouts and he made the team. And his stats are just incredible. So I just want to show some love. We didn't talk about that last week because we didn't record. But now into some NFL. And if you want to say anything about that, Mike, go ahead.
Keep inspiring people.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that when it came to the NBA. Who was it? Jamal Felt? No. What was his name? Raymond
Felton?
Yeah, Raymond Felton.
Wait, he was in a similar situation? You're talking about the point guard, right?
Yeah, he had tried out and made the team.
Oh, wow. And he's been a pretty decent point guard in the NBA, which for regular standards, he's a great player, So,
yeah.
Okay, so there's some... Do you want to get the bad news off the...
No, let's jump in with the Steelers because Roethlisberger.
Yeah, it was something... Okay, their defense is very suspect, especially because their middle linebacker from last week got injured and he might be paralyzed from the waist down. So, of course, we hope he's better because you never wish that upon football players.
Dude.
Right?
Never mind, man. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
I was thinking that happened to Kevin Everett before, but they were saying over television to pray for number 50.
Yeah. So
I don't even know his name. What is his name?
Something Sazier. I'm butchering it, but he's mixed, so the last name could be Sazier.
When you said that, I thought of a SC, and then
it's like a ZIER or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you were damn near accurate.
Oh, okay.
Well, to my understanding.
Okay, good. It just, I'm always conscious about that. But yeah, so they're sorry guys, this is a talk show thing right now, but yeah. Ben Roethlisberger shredded the Baltimore Ravens defense. 44 for 66, 500 plus yards. Only 2 touchdowns, but the key thing is Antonio Brown against a division rival had 11 catches for 200 and what was it exactly? 200 and something yards?
Yeah. It was, I don't remember specifically, but oh my god, dude. That is just embarrassing.
Yeah, it just against the Ravens though, bro. That's the shocker. When was the Ravens defense this bad? And you can't there's
oh man.
Yo, but they're 11-2.
44 on 66.
The more impressive thing is just because I hope you would get 500 yards if you get 44 completions. You know what I'm saying, bro? But the 200 receiving yards against a division rival.
I'm just thinking, man, all them passes thrown out, man.
Yo, 66. Bro, his arm must have been tired at the end, right?
If not,
he's not human.
He's doing his own type of workout, man.
You are talking about what I think you are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
No, I just felt really weird and dirty.
Hey, that's Rhinos for you. 11-2.
Football is dirty.
So they're 11-2. The Patriots are 10-2. They're meeting next week. So obviously Michael's going for the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
See, the Steelers historically have been a better team when they met the Patriots, right? But for some reason, the Patriots have the Steelers' number. Just like when Kansas City and the Patriots meet, for some reason the Chiefs have the Patriots' number. Even though, what's so funny, bro? Is it the purple? I look like the Joker, everybody. Ha ha ha.
No, I wasn't laughing at that.
Mike's mind is a mystery right now. So what's on it?
Oh, the Patriots are gonna keep pulverizing. That's what's on my mind.
Okay, well, anyway, they both won 8 straight games, so that's going to be an interesting match. I still think that's going to be... I would bet money the Patriots are going to win by 10 if I had to.
I bet money they'll win by 15.
Okay, I'm not going that far. But you're most likely right, because when they win, they blow them out. Yo, bro. Yo, this is crazy. Tennessee is 8-5, and Jacksonville is 9-4. The AFC South.
What the hell? The Titans?
Yes, bro. Which is that I think that surprises me more than the Jaguars, because we've been keeping up with the Jaguars, and they've been beating good teams, which, by the way, the Steelers' loss to the Jaguars doesn't look as bad as it does now. It looked bad in the beginning of the year, but now it doesn't look that bad.
The Titans haven't been relevant since Vince Young.
And even then, they would just get into the playoffs, you know? They wouldn't make any noise. Well, technically, wasn't there a year where
Eddie George?
No, I was going to say that one old-ass quarterback, and they went 12-4 and lost in the first playoff game. I think it was like 2 years or something. There was 1 year right before Jeff Fisher got fired.
I can't remember the QB.
Yeah, it was like Collins or something. He a really old guy. So, yeah, but Mike is correct. They haven't been, and they haven't been good really since Steve McNair. So, no, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
So wait a minute, did Vince Young play for?
No, he did, but he played after. No, but it's just been so long. It's like that's 2004, 5, 6 area.
Right.
Because then he got traded to the Ravens, had a good couple seasons, and then we all know what happened, which is crazy on its own self.
Right. That just goes to show life is unexplainable.
We do need to talk about this because what's going on with the Chiefs? They did win today, but after starting 5-0 before this week, they went 1-6, which is baffling. But there's this crazy stat that we did highlight a couple weeks ago that every year it was some crazy stat where there's proof where every time a team like this starts 5-0, and they lose like 2 straight games, they never make the playoffs. So they're in the playoff seed. They're in the playoffs. They're the 5th seed, but we don't know if that's going to last because the Chargers, bro, started off 0-4 and they're 7-2 in their past 9 games. And
I've seen some of the highlights. They look like they were running a smooth game.
Yeah, bro.
What was it, like 30-13 or something?
Yeah. I can't think of the opponent, but it just they're
the Browns. What?
No.
That was Green Bay.
Yeah. Which we were talking about. That spin move, bro.
That spin was beautiful, and it was like you said. It was 2 people going at him at the same time.
Yeah, one person on his left was coming up towards him, and then a person on his right was coming down. So they were basically trying to pancake this dude, and he just whoop, and then boom.
Right. It was like watching Boobie Miles do something.
Yeah, or like, it looked like an actual Madden game where a spin move never works that good, you know?
I usually get cracked in my back and then I lose the ball.
Yeah, which, by the way, the Browns are... I know 2 weeks ago we were making jokes about... the streak continues 0-13, and I guess the Browns are the Philadelphia 76ers of the NFL, except unlike the Sixers, they have no hope. Even when they have a good game, they still lose. Which, by the way, just so everybody knows, Green Bay Packers are now 2-0 in overtime with their backup quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is 1-6 in overtime. So, just want to compare some stats. Aaron Rodgers is obviously the better quarterback, but who's as clutch? Hey, I'll let you.
Aaron Rodgers fans will want to kick you. Yo.
Hey, but bro, can you give me this? Aaron Rodgers is injury prone, bro. This is the second time he's broken a collarbone. Like, this is getting to some Tony Romo territory. If he breaks that crap again, it's over. Because Tony Romo had to retire because of that. So, for Jamario and the Bills Mafia fans out there, Buffalo, we have to give props. They won a game they probably shouldn't have. They lost. Tyrod is injured. They lost Peterman early in the game, and they were playing with their third string.
We had a field advantage with the snow.
Yeah, and the Colts are an indoors team, so yeah. But we could have lost if it wasn't for that penalty when they got the 2-point conversion.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's true.
Which, as me and Mike were saying, we do wish we were at that game because playing in that type of snow is so fun. Because players don't want to hit each other.
I'm a Pats fan. He lying, yo. I never said it.
Okay, Michael. Because we're on camera, right?
I would have liked to have been at that game. They were even throwing snow at each other. Like, imagine it, man. A couple beers going through you, feeling really warm, and everybody around you is just hoping the same thing you're hoping, and it's coming true.
And those are
it's a winter wonderland.
Yeah, and those are the games where if you do break out, nobody's catching you because
right,
yeah,
right.
So those are normally the games where you see the most wide open home run touchdowns because when you see a hole and you get it, it's just who cares at that point. I actually remember when the Patriots played in a game like that, and they destroyed the Titans. It was like 55-10, which is a perfect example of that. So, yeah. So, who do you guys like from the AFC? Obviously, the Steelers have the advantage right now. If they lose, it's donezo. They're going to have the second seed. And if they have to go to New England, yeah, it's game over in the playoffs. So the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a good history with the Patriots in the playoffs as well. So it's looking. Next week is going to be a win. Like, it's a must-win situation.
Oh, wow. You didn't mention that streak right there.
What streak?
Cleveland's 13.
Well, they are 0-13.
I know.
Yo,
I just wanted to emphasize that.
Okay, well, if you want to be a dickhead right now, bro, we could really emphasize over the past 2 seasons, they're 1-28. So,
who did they beat?
I want to say San Francisco, bro. I want to. Which, talking about San Francisco, they've actually won 2 straight games now behind Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo. How do you pronounce his last name? You know who I'm talking about? The backup Patriots quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that's it.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go with Garoppolo. Garoppolo. Okay? Garoppolo. No, I fucked up there. Garoppolo. Okay, I like that. But, yeah, so this is actually looking like a good trade. The 49ers have won 2 straight, and he's posting great stats. So maybe Bill Belichick did know what he was talking about in terms of holding off and stuff. But, yeah, the Texans and the Broncos, 4-9, quarterback issues. If we're talking about MVPs right now, when Deshaun Watson played, he was the MVP for Houston, so that's disappointing. But that's the AFC. Now we're going to move to the NFC.
I used to love the Texans when they had Schwab and Andre Johnson.
Yo, Andre, Miami Hurricanes alum. Bro, if he just had a quarterback, his stats would be ridiculous, bro.
One of my favorite wide receivers.
He has everything. He had the physique, he had the speed, the hands, quiet, which we're talking about with the AJ Greens and the Julio Jones. That's what you really want.
How come nobody talks about Keyshawn Johnson anymore? He has some nice moments in history.
Well, the biggest thing, bro, just like why a lot of people try not to talk about Owens. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he was bitching?
Yeah, a diva queen. Or a drama queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I messed that up, but yeah. No. Which, by the way, he's a USC Trojan alum, so shout out to James out there doing your thing. We apologize that Navy lost a harsh game to Army, but...
How harsh?
Oh, no. It was just they should have won the game and they messed up. So, yeah, that's... I think they were playing in some snowy conditions, too. But everything's starting to blur together. Yo, let's just get it out there. The Eagles won their division, the NFC East. And this might be the most painful way to win a division because Carson Wentz was injured in the the third quarter. No jokes here, but
it's not funny. But the fact that happened at this point, is really they're literally fucked.
Okay, I agree and I disagree. I agree because Carson Wentz, in my mind, is obviously the MVP in terms of expectations and his stats. Mm. He's overachieved on both. But if you're going to have a backup quarterback, their backup quarterback is the person to have because he was a starter for the Eagles for 2 years. In 1 year, he posted 27 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. So
I'm not saying he wouldn't be a good quarterback, but...
Oh, if it's a torn ACL, their Super Bowl aspirations are done.
Yeah, that's basically how I was looking at it.
Okay, so I can't argue with that, bro. And
that's a really sad feeling.
Especially because that touchdown didn't even count, bro. He got injured on a penalty play.
And the even more messed up thing is nobody predicted this man's season to go like this.
Yo, it's
nobody, not even Eagles fans.
No, and that's why I think he should be MVP because the stat and the best part too, bro. For the most part, every 4 games he's been getting better. And if you look at the stats, they've been getting better. And what is it? The Eagles, okay, they lost last week, but they've won, I believe now, it's like 9 of their past 10. Mm. So it just, man, that's why when people say whenever you're a mobile quarterback, you're always more likely to get injured just because of stuff like that. Because whenever you do run and you get out the pocket, the players are looking to hit you. And you could say if it was a dirty player not going for the knee, but now with the rules where they don't want the defenders to hit the upper body, so... Do you know about that? Like they're focusing, they don't want any head contact, so a lot of players are going for the knees now rather than the head.
Was that part of that video that I seen?
What video?
Where I believe it was, I would want to say a cornerback.
Oh, you're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're talking about. But that game against Cincinnati, it was... There was like 300 yards of penalties. Mm. So, yeah. So, the reporters were asking about that.
Wow, that's wild.
But, yeah, so...
Wow, the Giants are doing terrible. 11 losses, 2 wins. Wow. You go, guys.
Yo, bro, can I
keep representing.
Can I just point something out which pissed me off?
What?
Eli Manning, 2 weeks ago, had started 210 straight games, which is the second in NFL history, only behind Brett Favre, right?
Oh, man.
His coach benched him to see how the other quarterbacks are playing, and benched him for Geno Smith, bro. And then what happens? The Giants lose in a pretty bad fashion, so the owner fires the GM and the coach, and Eli Manning started this week. So his 210 game streak ended for no freaking reason. It's like what? What? Bro, I know he's a humble person and he doesn't care about stats. And if you're that good, you really don't care about stats. You care about winning. But if I would get benched just to start the next week, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? What was this for? Yo, owner, you couldn't have fired him before? We were still freaking 2-9 the previous week. Oh, you needed 2 more losses, right? Just wow.
I bet he's crying over a cup of milk and Oreos.
Yo, but seriously, bro, they're dead last in the AFC. The only team with a worse record are the Browns.
I mean, I would proudly go home and thank God for not being a Brown. Even if I am a Giant. Screw it, we're not the Browns.
Oh, you're saying a Giants fan, right? If you were a Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can we also point out they lost Brandon Marshall and Odell Beckham within the first 4 games. So, even with their crappy defense, they should still be what? They would still be what, 4-9 now? Worst case? And Mike, he's not a fucked up person.
No, these injuries are crazy. I didn't know that happened in the first 4 games. That is wild.
And they got injured in the same game.
It's like, okay, the way I look at the NBA and the NFL, certain things are set up. I can't say that injuries are set up purposely, but certain matchups, certain records.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's baffling, but actually it's not because it's normal.
Yo, but now thinking about the injuries, bro. The Steelers have that middle linebacker that was injured. I got to go down this list, right? Yo, the Tennessee Titans quarterback has been off and on. Kansas City, I believe, lost their all-pro safety.
Okay.
Yeah. Who? I can't think of anybody from the Ravens.
That's not cool. That's not cool, but I was hoping you didn't say the running back.
I can't think of anybody from the Jets. Can't think about anybody. Oh, Bengals, that one middle linebacker that nobody likes. He got injured. Which is kind of funny because he's a dirty player. Well, okay, that's not funny, but it's like just desserts, I guess. Yo, Houston Texans, bro. They lost their 2 best defensive ends, and they lost their quarterback. It's like, God damn.
Oh, my goodness.
The Colts, they haven't had their starting quarterback Luck the entire season, and he's been injured since last season. The Cleveland Browns, I don't keep up.
Who's been the quarterback
For the Colts? He was one of the backup quarterbacks from the Patriots. Brissett? Yeah, you know him. And then the Eagles, the takeaway, like even when you don't count Wentz, which is their MVP, yo, they had a safety, they had some middle linebacker, they have a special teams player.
I'm sorry, you could dang near have a whole team for all the injured players.
Of key players, bro. It's not like these are bum players. Key players. You could make a team of this. Yo, the Vikings haven't had Sam Bradford the entire season.
Jesus Christ.
They also, their original starting quarterback has been out the entire season. The Rams, I think, are pretty good. The Saints, I think, are pretty good. The Panthers, I can't think of. Atlanta, Seattle, bro. They lost Richard Sherman and their safety Chancellor. 2 stars and studs. The Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. They haven't had Aaron Rodgers. It's just, the list is crazy. I'm sorry about this rant. It's just... And then talking about the Giants, it's like, yo! Basically, every team has 2 key players done for the season.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
What if it was a large plan so they could all stay at home and just chill?
Bro, no way. No way.
Play beer pong.
No way. Just to point out, to show some love to the Texans, their stud wide receiver, Anthony Hopkins, he posted his second career 10 plus receiving touch. I had to burp. I didn't want to burp in the mic.
I thought you smelled your armpit.
No. So, yeah. But Anthony Hopkins, for the second time in his career, posted 10 plus receiving touchdowns in a season. And he's the only Houston Texans player ever to do that once, let alone twice.
Wow.
Andre
Johnson.
Yeah. Just thinking of freaking Clippers, man. Andre Johnson, he never posted 10 receiving touchdowns. Let that sink in, bro. Andre Johnson, as talented as he is, just to show you, because most of Hopkins' touchdowns this year came from Watson, which is a big factor. And then I believe last season or the season before, he's just that gifted. So
isn't J.J. Watt still out?
Talking about the Texans, J.J. Watt. Yeah, man. So that's your two key players for the Texans, and they probably have a couple more too.
All right.
So yeah. Okay, so we're done with this injury list. Just to emphasize, Michael was not laughing because of the injuries. He's just laughing at the thought of you could finish.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know how to really explain that. I mean, if you think I'm sick, it's whatever because.
Bro,
that's what you choose to think. B.
Last week, the shit I said about some of the parenting stuff, I'm like second guessing now. Like, I don't care. It's just I know how the public is. Which, by the way, no, that'd be for a Rhino show. But
okay,
yeah. So
overall, it's been good football lately.
Okay, so who do you think? Because right now the playoff stands as. Right now, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Patriots, Jaguars, Titans, Chiefs, Bills for the AFC. And we have the Eagles, Vikings, Rams, Saints, Panthers, and Falcons from the NFC. Who do you think might jump in and out? Because don't forget, the Chargers could easily jump the Chiefs if they continue to win out.
Who was on the wild card with Buffalo?
But right now, the wild card is, technically speaking, the Chiefs are still part of the wild card. And the Titans. So the Chiefs are actually the division leaders, but that could easily change with the Chargers, and the Bills and the Titans are the wild cards because the Jaguars lead their division.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jamario, but the Bills is ouch.
So. Because oh man, that's because if they I don't know, bro. They have to win out to get in. If they lose one more game, I don't.
That's why they're out of here.
Yeah, Jamario, how do you feel that's going to play out? Because we haven't looked at their schedule yet, but I believe they play the Patriots one more time, so. I'm going to leave that to history for you guys to talk about because we slammed them enough. And then the Chiefs and Chargers thing is going to be good because are we going to get two teams from that division in or what? It seems like the Titans and Jaguars are almost guaranteed just because they're performing so much better. The Titans would have to lose out not to make it, and that doesn't seem likely.
I'm excited for the Jaguars. Haven't paid them attention since Leftwich, and Leftwich wasn't really doing anything.
Leftwich, Fred Taylor, and
I forgot about Fred Taylor.
And John, the smaller running back with the hyphen name. You know, like how they had that 1-2 punch of the big, strong Fred Taylor, and then they had Jones Drew. Yes. That was when the Jaguars were good, bro. They actually went into Pittsburgh and won one year. I remember that.
Yeah, but I didn't pay them much attention back then, really.
Yeah.
But now with how the standings are, they stand out even more.
And because they're winning by running and defense, bro. We're not seeing that in the league anymore.
And we thought the running game would be stopped because they've been doing so well at it. Other teams were prepared to stop it, obviously.
So, yeah, and then when it comes to the NFC, it's the Eagles, Vikings, Rams, Saints as the division leaders, and then
Donnie.
Yeah, and then the Panthers and the Falcons. So right now there's 3 teams from the NFC South, which the Seattle just lost, so that hurts Seattle. But technically speaking, if they win out, they would replace the Rams. So, do you think it's more likely the South gets 3 teams, or the South and West get 2 teams each?
I'd say 2 teams each.
Yeah, that seems like the consensus. But technically speaking, if everything plays out, since the Panthers did win,
I don't think they're gonna win their next game.
Okay, the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that division, man. I would have never guessed they potentially have 3 teams that could finish 10-6, especially with the way the Saints started 0-2. You know, just history.
Right.
And
awesome.
And the Panthers low key 9-4. So, technically speaking, though, the Packers can still make it depending how everything falls out. Because right there, there's 5 teams with 7 or 8 wins. So depending how that plays out.
Who do the Packers play? Well, depending on how.
I can't think of it. The only thing I know is they're getting supposedly Aaron Rodgers back the final 2 weeks, which is key, right? Supposedly.
Are they bringing him in too soon?
Okay, I'm mixed on this, but 2 weeks ago, he was throwing 50-yard passes. So, it just is. But it comes down to the thing, bro, when you're getting smacked at full speed by these defenders, and he has history of these collarbone injuries, you know? It's.
Have you ever thought about how hard it is to throw 50 yards?
Bro, these people are gifted.
They really are.
It's just, and people often confuse 50 yards with 50 feet. Two different things, you know? That's 150 feet, man. It just...
Imagine if that person punched somebody. All that force that they use to just throw a ball on damn near on the daily.
But that's the thing, bro. Aaron Rodgers is not built. Yet he somehow has the best arm in what many people would say in NFL history. The way the ease, it just...
I think it's just the Packers jerseys. They got Favre and Bart Starr.
Yeah, so... Which Brett Favre... But, yo,
Favre is awesome.
But, bro, when Brett Favre would pass... It looked like, you know what I'm saying? Like if he was throwing a bomb with 70 yards, it looked like he was about to take a shit. He was putting so much effort in. When you look at Aaron Rodgers, man, it looks like he's just it looks like he's throwing a 15, 20-yard floater, and it actually goes 70 yards, and it's just, what is going on?
Floater, that's funny. He's related to shit, too.
Yes, he is. Do you want to say anything else, bro?
Brett Favre threw a pass with his eyes closed before.
Yo, the Giants are 2-11. Just crazy. But
what's that right there?
Oh, Matt Ryan had his 35th career game-winning drive since he's been in the league, which is the NFL tops. So people say Matt Ryan isn't clutch, but that's actually incorrect. When his teams lose in the postseason, it's normally for other reasons. But,
yeah, well, okay, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, just like how many people say Manning wasn't clutch in the postseason. Yes and no, because a lot of his losses had nothing to do with him. It had the defense would give up a touchdown after he got a score, or famously his kickers missed field goals when he put them in winning drives. So it's just, you always have to look at the numbers a little more detailed and specifically to get stuff out.
Yeah, there's one more thing on there.
What?
The Browns 0-13.
Okay, guys. So, and as Mike likes to always say. Hey, bro.
What I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, like, subscribe, comment. Interact with us. Let us know what you think about how we did the show. And the fact that I said about 4 times. I'm really disappointed in myself. I'm sorry about that. As far as the laughing, like I said before, I can't even interact with us. Let us know what's going on, what you think. If you suggest that we talk about anything else, if we left anything out.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, so as Mike was saying, I probably should have butted in more, so I'm trying to let him... Okay, whatever. The point is, let us know, give us feedback on both things. Give us feedback first on, do you like this new format? Because I guess the whole point is anybody could look up the stats, and since we're not live and we're not doing this more up to date and more often, we thought we would keep that for if we ever do get a live show. Wink, wink. But right now we're going for more. So we're just going to talk about what's going on in the leagues, and if we do come up with a topic we're feeling passionately about in the moment, we'll do an episode about that. So let us know how you feel about this. I think it's more interactive, and we're able to get more of our opinions out there, because that's the whole point of a talk show and stuff like this. And let us know, how do you feel about all this stuff? How do you feel about the surprises of the Eastern Conference in the NBA, the surprises of the NFC as a whole? Because most of these teams, I don't think... The fact that Seattle might not make the playoffs is crazy, and the Packers might miss it because of an injury. So let us know about that. Anything stand out to you? And if Daniel was here, he would say, hit that description. All the links are below. And if you want to talk to us individually, there's that on Facebook, Twitter, Daniel for Instagram. And if you want to talk to us as a group, there's all those 3 things. And we have other things slowly set up, but because of being realistic, we had to adjust those timetables. So let us know, and thank you for joining us. This was... Bro, did we introduce ourselves?
No, we didn't.
God damn it, man. We always do this. It just... We were just so excited we wanted to jump in, but hey, like always,
it happens.
You have to my right.
MIC, you have Mike.
And then, always here, because...
To my left.
Yeah.
You have...
Francis Mondrala, guys. Francis Mondrala. But this is the 20th episode of Sports from All Angles.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah. I don't think we said the number either, so yeah, that's the intro. So
I personally like this because I get to even make old references to like historic stuff.
What like the 20, like the episode number, or what are you talking about specifically?
Oh, the episode number and just like stats period or
yeah,
certain opinions, and you know how we talk about predictions and stuff, and I make comparisons.
Yeah, so you like this more, right? It's a better vibe, and when we have like Damon or Daniel here, it'll bring more input and stuff. But yeah. So okay, so thank you guys, and we hope to see you. If everything goes according to plan, we'll see you next week for the 21st. I'm speaking too fast, but
I thought about a vampire. Blah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate your support. We love you, and we'll keep bringing you good laughs.
Yeah. So
information also.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
LPH.
So if you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.